You found yourselves deep in a dungeon. At the centre of that dungeon, there's a throne room, and in that throne room, there's a boss monster to defeat. Except this time, you were invited. Did you come here prepared, or did you presume the invitation to mean an easy journey to the centre? Regardless, the dungeon will have taken so many twists and turns. You've surely run out of supplies by now, broken every weapon you brought, and exhausted the last of your mana. It's as if the dungeon itself shifted to impede your progress, and even if you were to go back the way you came, it would not bring you back to the exit, leaving you trapped in this dark path with no sense of where you are. With the scuttling sounds of monsters in the darkness, it surely won't be long before you're eaten. But then, the darkness clears. As if taking pity on you, the dungeon reveals a door to you. Judging by its design, this can only be the way to the throne room. You're in no way prepared to face the mistress of the dungeon, yet there is little other choice but to go in. With but the slightest push, the heavy doors swing open. To a lavish throne room, its marble pillars reaching high above you, coins and loots from previous adventurers strewn about to tempt further visitors, and of course the boss's grand seat of power is directly ahead of you. I think you're leaving out the computer setup you've got attached to your throne there. I was getting to... You mean the boss throne? Sure, boss. And what about those video games on the stairs? They're going to notice what a nerd you are. You might as well stop with the theatrics. The theatrics are part of being a proper dungeon boss. Well, don't tell them the loot is out there because you're too busy playing games to find a place to put them. Alright, that's enough out of you. Get out of here before I throw you out. Well, I guess the mimic is out of the chest. I'll just have to wing it from here. Welcome everyone to my dungeon. That is actually the end of the script. I am actually winging it from here. But welcome to the dungeon. I'm sure you're all wondering why you're here. Just to show off my new form. The question is, where do we start? Usually it's from the bottom to the top, isn't it? We kind of started at the side here, haven't we? You know what? I'll come in from the side of the screen. Let me just... Where's the top? Should have planned this better. D&D podcast. Oh, you have no idea how much I was. You have no idea how much that all made me nervous. But hi, we're going to do this a bit of the opposite way. We're going to go from the top to the bottom. Of course, since I have it all blacked out like this, you're not going to be able to see the face. So we'll go from the top to the bottom, and then you'll be seeing the face after we've reached the bottom. How does that work? I kind of made this little hood with eyes that move around. Of course, you can still see slight bits of it. Yeah, I practiced that script like 10 times. I thought I was prepared. Not really much to reveal of it here. It's just a big black void with my teeth. Good thing I can't get any closer at this point, otherwise just take a big nom out of all of you. Brushing all those teeth is going to be a hassle. Void of teeth sound good. Well, there is actually one thing I should show you while I have you guys here. It's a whole gaping mouth. Spooky vibes. Oh yeah, I didn't change the music. I was supposed to change the music to something for... Ow. We'll change it after the full reveal. Yes, the hood is a whole mouth for eating everyone. Yeah, go further down, and we have a little emblem which you saw on the dungeon door there. What a big mouth I have. The better to eat you with, dear. Although there is, since we're now at the arms, there is a... I can show you guys. There is some hand tracking going on here. Admittedly, not all that accurate. I couldn't quite get the numbers right, but this is one of the more fun things I put in. I say more fun things. The entire thing was fun to make. Yeah, we have hands. So yes, hello. And oh yeah, close closes. It's got a few more shapes in here, but I'll show you the rest once we bring in the face. And of course, I've got everybody's favorite area, the chest area, with requisite physics. She came into the stream and its boobs, they're all covered up. Don't worry, it's where the treasures are stored. I mean, I'm supposed to be calling it's supposed to be for you guys, the viewers, who I call the treasures. The chest isn't where the treasures are stored. You guys are the treasures. Yeah, we go further down, and we have another mouth. The second mouth. I wasn't expecting that enthusiastic of a response to the tummy. you know, this should be fun to show. Why not show the treasures in the chest? How did I never think of that in the entire time I was making this model? You want to pat it, but you'll keep your hands. Allow me to. I was probably going to show this when the weather's hotter or something, but I might as well now since I'm showing things off. Just this is still safe. Everything important's covered. Just a little bare tummy. That one was more of a spur of the moment edition. But I see you're all enjoying it, so why not show it? The second mouth never came to mind. Well, meet Full Metal Alchemist Gluttony. This mouth goes around behind me though. It's not in the front like that one. Here we got the hips with physics when I look. There's some nice hip physics with the movement. Along with the arms as well. Should I show you some of the arm stuff? Okay, here's the slight problem. Even though I have everything organized in the stream deck, there's so many toggles that I kind of forget where I put some of them. Ah, yes, there they are. I can be sassy when I want to be. Okay, hang on. That music just stopped, so I'm just going to get the other playlist up. There we go. Some more fantasy adventure music. Give us a nice lighter tone. Yeah, music isn't my strong suit, but I think I found a couple tracks that suit. I've literally everything here I've made myself except for the music. Music's the one thing I don't know how to do myself. Let's keep going down then. I think what do they call this? The territory or something like that. whatever they call it. We've got some squish going on. Absolute territory. That was it. And of course, physics on our little ribbon here. A little pink ribbon. Witch down girl. Isn't that Evangelion thing? Absolute territory? I don't know enough about Evangelion. I watched the whole thing. I don't. You just know the song. I think that might have been where I first heard it as well. Also, I appreciate the witch is apparently going as down bad as she was for the tower. That was the vibes I was going for, so... Yeah, I think it's mostly flat from down here. We just got our leather boots, the same leather boot I had back in the previous model. Which, as you might notice as we've gone down, the model does resemble our old one a fair bit. I don't know if I ever actually mentioned, because last time I ever posted about what my actual goals for the design were on social media, I was saying I was going to abandon the mimic concept. But honestly, in the end, I've just gone into the mimic concept but stronger. Step on Witch, calm down, everyone. Witch isn't here. Maybe we can figure out how to do the multiplayer, the multiplayer live 2D at some point. And now we're down to the foot, which we have this nice thing where I can kind of step side to side with the physics. Yeah, big steppy, small steppy, move too far away so the camera can't find me steppy. I have a particular fondness for this steppy because it's a thing which I saw someone do on social media or whatever. They were showing a demonstration, and I figured out how to do it without needing to look at that tutorial. I'm just sort of like, oh, I know what I'm doing. It's the thing which made me realize I know what I'm doing. Of course, it wasn't that difficult, but just the fact that I was able to figure it out. skill confidence. And now we have tongue number 2. There are indeed many of these. Tail tongue, yes. Or is it my foot? Like my entire left leg is just sort of like not telling anyone what that is. You can leave it up to your imagination. What's going on under there? But don't get too. It is mystery. Yes. Other side is nice and normal though. Just okay. And now we can return upwards. Second look for everyone. Okay, we'll do this the standard way now. I think if I just do it off. There we go. How to defeat a mimic. Bring a few bottles of concentrated bitter liquid. Bitter liquid? Oh, because the tongue. Right, yes, because I'll step into it and taste it. Yeah, why would you want to defeat me? Besides, we established at the beginning that the dungeon won't let you get this far without with any of your equipment intact. All the various monsters into the ever-shifting dungeon will steal all your stuff before you get it. Will steal all that stuff before you get here. Okay, the hood is off, which now means this area is on full display. It's a shameless bit of appeal. I'm not sure what to call it. Also freckles, mini freckles. You were going to comment about the beaver, but the shoulder mouth talks. I started with the shoulder mouth. Did you not see the shoulder mouth when I started? Getting my hair in my mouth though. Get my hair in my mouth a lot though with this. You can hear the gold coins jiggle every time the chest moves. I guess I'm just going to just. Okay, maybe the chests. Maybe we can just say the treasure is the chests we brought all along the way, or something like that. Gold trim? No, I actually specifically avoided gold on this because the color scheme called for more of a silver metal as my main color. If you look at the hand can't actually go down that far, and if I go down any further, you'll see more of the face. So we might as well get going. She try eating her outfit if you're shiny gold. Indeed. I mean, we've got all this gold around here to tempt adventurers in. Honestly, the gold isn't even that important to a mimic. It's the lure to bring you all in. Although in this case, we're not eating anyone. That is, unless you try and get through the escape. Like, don't anyone use the escape redeem, because I can't guarantee your safety if you try and leave. I'm trying to encourage someone to actually use the escape redeem. I'm using reverse psychology. Is it working? There you go. Unfortunate. Yes, we do have a few new redeems. Of course, I think some of them need me to actually be fully shown before you want to reveal them. Got to make sure the dungeon has a fire escape. That is not a fire escape. Like, going out that door is safety last. OSHA compliant death trap. Exactly. You need a death trap. Anyway, I've been spending a lot of time at the chest. We need to start moving up. We have mouth with double fang. You know, everyone likes mouse with fangs. So why not 2? We bring two. 2 fangs, and much bigger than usual. Much big sneak teeth. You can see where this is the influence of me wanting to vampires. Okay. Everyone assumes vampires, but I was going from snakes. Might be a time for expressions. Here we go. Wait. Oh crap! That wasn't. I don't think this one was supposed to. I suppose because I'm using the responsive to how I talk kind of mouth. So it kind of depends on the A, the E, the O, the U, and all those other sounds to make different shapes. But I've made some mouths which kind of aren't compatible with that. So it wasn't supposed to turn on, but I guess I either thought it was acceptable or I forgot to turn it off for this one. Such is the way. I wasn't going to get it perfect, I guess. Can I put my hands in front of my mouth? Doesn't quite reach that far. I can get it close enough. It's a bit tricky when it's near the face. I can tell you all to be quiet, like a librarian. Got all these books back here. Well, we have all these books back here, but you keep saying they're books, but you know that half of them are video games. Oh, shut it. Okay, I promise. I'll bite you. I make no promises. In fact, my entire intention here is that I am not the one who's going to eat you. Mimi might bite you. That comes later. I was hoping for Eva meme. Oh yes, I almost forgot. Right, yes. Okay, I think we can bring us up a little further. You've seen all this. You've seen all this. So hang on, let me just. I didn't make it go. I didn't make it go clear. Didn't make it go close enough. The tracking's a bit weird with seeing my hands open fully. There we go. Yeah, the tracking's a bit awkward. It's webcam tracking, so it's not exactly the most accurate. Plus it interferes with the face tracking once I put my hands in front of my face. Mimi is little Mimi, but they're cute, so they get away with it. Exactly. Mimi can get boot if she attempts biting you. Maybe at some point I'll add a kick Mimi redeem, but that isn't on the cards right now. There's still so many other things I could make, but I had to stop somewhere. If I just let the ideas keep flowing, then I'd just be making this forever. Okay, let's get the whole head. Let's get the whole head in. Hello. you can now see my eyes. Eyes that are apparently constantly looking down. Why are they constantly looking down? Let me just quickly do a calibrate. Maybe I was looking at the camera when I hit calibrate. There we go. There we go. That's a bit better. I think my glasses also mess with the tracking, but I need them to see, so we have to live with it. 8 foot tall Mimic has to look down on her treasure. I'm not 8 foot tall. Actually, now that we've moved out like this, where did I move to throne? I am. This is my size here. I made this background so I can actually be to scale, as it were. Can't really check my posture because I'm actually standing up right now, which I'll fix at some point. I'm not going to stand up this entire stream, but I felt like standing up kind of got the intro going. It felt better to do the little narrative intro, to do that while standing up. I did an amazing job. Thank you. There's still so many bits to this, but oh yeah, I should show. Just pay attention to the ears. Droopy ears, yes. One of the favorite things, just sort of, even in the old versions of my design, because you probably saw that the ears moved even in my PNG. The idea of having floppy ears has been one of the big things I wanted from the beginning. Thank you, Taserfish, for putting my glasses back on. Yeah, floppy ears. Let's see, this would probably be the best place to start showing expressions. Yes, you can head pat. Yes, can they be seen? Yeah. Little tentacle head pat. Hang on, let me show you properly. Redeem it myself. Or Taserfish can redeem it as well. That works as well. Thank you. So let's just look at my expressions and see what else I've got to show. Oh yeah, someone do me a favor and try and get out the door again. Just do me a favor. Try and escape again. Okay. They got a real big splatter on that one. Oh crap. Okay, clean this up. Yes, thank you for your contributions to the treasury. Yes, this one is just a manual trigger. I am only using the webcam tracking, so I can't do this by my face tracking, but got a long tongue. But when something must be absolutely licked, which I think this makes tongue number 3. We've got the tongue in my mouth, in my second mouth, and we've got the tongue at my feet. And then obviously we've got this tongue here. The angles are a little. I wasn't able to model this one perfectly. Certain angles go a bit, because if I look up too much, like it doesn't stick on. I didn't quite get that right. Still, if I keep it in about the middle, it looks like a little derpy. Just blepping with a very long tongue. Snake blep, mimic blep. The bitter drops become more and more effective. Oi. But what if I like bitter things? Then it won't work. Is that the same tongue as in the hood? Oh right, yeah, no. Tongue number 4 was in the. I guess it. No, wait, no. I guess it is the same tongue as the one that was in the hood. I mean, I'm a shapeshifter. Everything can be a different shape. I can make things different. Things can be different sizes at different times, as is the shapeshifter privilege, which is the main reason I like being a mimic. It's like it's a certain kind of shapeshifter. Oh, trans woman makes a shapeshifter character. Of course, no, who saw that? Who didn't see that coming? Can be small tongue, can be big tongue. you know, I have to admit I've been a little nervous. This little nervous. Just sort of. It's just been a little nervous doing all fair. It's been keeping a straight face, but I can't quite keep a straight face anymore. Can't quite stay not nervous. Why did I put all those 5 different effects in different folders? What was I thinking? The curse and privilege of being able to make your own model is you can also make too many toggles. Cheer up, we still. I am still happy. I can be nervous and happy at the same time. What's the mimic expression when there's a cute adventurer gal? Oh, we actually have one for that. Here we go. Cute adventurer spotted. Want to say hi, cheeky. You know, maybe that's a good excuse to go through the expressions now. But this little animation for when you've made contact with a cute adventurer and now you're flirting. Oh yes, considering these are always very late night streams, if felt important, I make this just very sleepy looking expression. Just when it's getting to the end of hour 3, it's almost 11 p.m. I had a tired day before, and it's just a sleepy day, and just sleepy. and for when I'm just when you're all being a little too much, just a little fed up with all the terrible jokes coming out of you, or when your friends are making too many bad jokes. You know, we have this one, just sort of like the light of my eyes has disappeared. I'm just disappointed at this point. Or if I'm absolutely mad. You've just gone too far now. You've just gone absolutely. You've all just gone too far. And I will be trying to find a reason to use this one tomorrow during the crosscode stream, but schmug. I'll get mileage from you guys. Yep, getting a lot of terrible jokes from all you guys for me to be fed up at. And then we just have some general toggle for the narrow eyes without everything else. And also this one that I can combine with some others. Just when you upset me, I have definitely given into the too many toggles, the too many toggles phenomenon. To be fair, I was practicing. I was half using this model to just learn how to make one. I kind of did the dive into the deep end version of practice. Just made so many little things and made some mistakes along the way. But that's a crazy good job for my first. Technically not my first, because you remember that little Mimi for the text to speech? I mean, I only made them in a week as compared to making this one in 6 months or more. Yeah, the old Mimi that apparently has face tracking. You weren't supposed to have face tracking. I thought I'd turn that off for you. Don't look at me, you little you cheeky little thing. Damn it. I knew it. I had to open so many different programs for this on this occasion, because so many more programs than usual. I forgot to turn on the text-to-speech program. Let me just copy that text so you can get that one sounding.
I am born once again.
There we go. Scaff's rites of passage. When you have so many programs and stuff going on, something is going to get missed. There is no avoiding scuff. The more complex your stuff gets, it's just unavoidable. Scuff is content. Yeah, I think that's part of what makes streaming appealing, is the fact that it's live. Like, mistakes can be made and all that. Like, you can go sit in the background for now. There. The question is how mad you get with scuff content. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not exactly one to get mad, because I'm just sort of like, scuff content is just. I mean, I've worked as a in tech for like 9 years. Scuff is authentic, yes. Like when I Originally I was going to sort of when I made that script to kind of introduce things at the beginning, but I kind of when I heard it back, it felt I cringed within myself. Like, it felt so embarrassing listening back to myself. But I figured I'm going to do it anyway. No matter how embarrassing I find it, I'm going to do it anyway because it's fun. And I think that's part of the appeal of streaming, is just you're doing things that are fun. And honestly for me, I started even just being able to talk originally made me nervous. So it's sort of like the more I do something that makes me nervous, the less nervous I'll get, and the better I can get at it. All the more reason to do things that make me nervous. I do still have to remember to take breaths while I'm talking, though. Going to cringe only for... Wait, yeah, exactly. I'm in no way a professional voice actor. Hell, I barely even know how to talk. I've only recently been learning how to talk in a normal sense. So it's like, why not just do something fun and something that appeals to the... Well, no, not appeals, sort of the entire having a narrative around this whole thing felt fun to me. So I'm sort of like, well, let's make a narrative around it then. Even if it's not professional, even if it's rather amateur, it's like, why not do it? If I'm afraid, sort of like, I've also been in the webcomic sphere for a little bit, and they have the entire thing of it's better to do it bad than not at all. And that's also the philosophy I'm coming into my VTubing with. Not that I'm going to do it bad deliberately. In fact, I wanted this model to be fair good, but sort of like I accept the mistakes and scuff even in this. Yeah, you only get better with practice. So it's like, just do what you find fun, and you'll get better at it as you go. That's my logic. Anyway, there are a few more expressions to go through. Do any of you know keep your hands off Isaacon? Does anyone know keep your hands off Isaacon? You know, the anime about the about the animations. Okay, some people do. Also, I've completely forgot to turn. There we go. We can put you guys actually on screen now. I was supposed to do that a lot earlier, but I've forgotten everything else. If you enjoy it, it'll come out in your work. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what I'm getting at. But yes, in relation to the Isaacon thing, I modelled this expression after my favourite character from Isaacon, Kanamori. Miss Social Media is not fun. It's kind of extension of the fed up thing, but also just I've got a couple just small things that are you're not surprised. Do I just give off Kanamori energy? I mean, that's entirely the reason why she's my favourite character. All of my friends have given me Kanamori energy. She is best girl. She is. She's tall. She kicks ass, and she also just she takes care of the team. I mean, I see a bit of myself in everyone in that anime, but Kanamori is like the keep things realistic and get them done person, which you need. If you're always just shooting for the stars, you might not reach it. But if you can find someone that will keep you realistic, or if you can be the person who keeps yourself realistic, you can actually get things done. It doesn't squash your dreams; it just helps realize them. You kind of like Mimi chilling and looking around. Actually, it looks cute when you two look at each other. Oh yeah, and this is a small reference, and I'm actually zoomed in as much as I can be. But the eyes, I kind of referenced Bocchi the Rock in how to make these eyes look. I wasn't sure how to make eyes look. There's also so many complicated ways people can render them, but the eyes are a small Bocchi the Rock kind of reference, if it even counts as a reference, using it as an art style. That entire anime is also a bloody mood. Using the eyes hollow without the rest of the fed up expression just makes me look like I'm about to loot. I just lost it. We are no longer being nice. Murder is on the table again. Yeah, and just the tired expression. Given I've made, I kind of had to add these considering I have a character who's just chronically tired. It's just always on my mind, having the bags under the eyes. As I was very tired while actually making the model. I'm less tired these days, which is nice. But making the model was a tiring time of my life. General tears. Maybe I should make these more obvious in the future. But just little corner of the eye tears, which get covered up when I close my eyes. Like I said, first model. I'm gonna miss some things. But you always. I feel like I've been pointing out a lot of things I miss, but it's just sort of like there's so many things here that are working. Thank you, Hand, for joining us. There are so many things here that are working. I need to remind myself that just sort of like the ears came out absolutely fantastic. And just even having the hands to emote with is just And the mouths, the hands, honestly with the mouths, the only thing that I think a lot of things went right with the mouths. It's just so much more obvious to point out the things that went wrong. And the glasses, oh no wait, that was a different thing. The glasses shine. I'm literally not sure where I'll use this, but it's just nice to have a little. Maybe I should turn it on, use it when I turn on certain expressions. Like when the eyes shine, just someone's just moving a light right in front of me. Is that a light? Oh Jesus, hype train first. Wait, Jesus Christ, level 3. Jesus, the first hype train I've ever had. You guys get up to level 3. Thank you. Almost feels like the thank you. I know I've been entirely forgetting about. It's good time to show the blush. Thank you everyone. On the face and the ears. You know, you've heard of people's ears going red. Yes, even the ears blush. Ears going red. Just I am so glad you all like this so much, and I have not been talking properly. My voice is going faster than usual, which is usually when I have to slow down and then focus on the game more. But which I have to tough it out a bit. I think I've also been forgetting the relax throat, larynx up. Yeah. Okay, that should help me last a little longer. But yeah, we have. So that's the blush. Breathe. You know, fair point. I don't think I've been taking deep breaths. Just talking 2 to 3 hours takes some time to build strength for. Yeah, I mean I've been doing these 3-hour streams for a while now, so I'm much more used to it than I used to be. But yeah, there is a reason I've not done just chatting streams until now. Okay, now this is a redeem, but just for now, I'm going to show you guys for free. We have a monster form, monster tentacle hair, along with nice red eyes. Actually, while I have the hood up. I swear I've got at least 2 sets of everything. I've got multiple mouths, and now we've got eyes in the darkness. Which if I just turn these off. There we go. Yeah, even the regular eyes show up through here, but nice glowing monster eyes. Do not press the hood tongue button while we're in this mode. It looks absolutely weird. But yeah, pay attention.
Looking positively frightening, boss.
Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Mimi version 1. Saying Mimi version 1, I believe that makes this a good time to show the other thing. That's right. I made slideshows. I'm not even wondering if we're going to get to them at this point. Mimi version 2. Where are you? Mimi, where are you? Get back here. I swear, just get over here. Get over here. There. She runs around a bit, but can catch her eventually. Yeah, we have little Mimi here. Hi, fuckers. Always with the potty mouth from you. She is the more sassy version. We have this thing going on. The boss has the can kill you. Looks like she can kill you. Won't kill you. I have the looks cute. Really wants to kill you thing. That's why she has to hold on to me. The idea is to play 2 characters. But we're already an hour in, and I am a bit sleepy. So we'll see how well that plays out. She is a little gremlin. Yes. Got her. Yeah, that's it. Say hi to everyone. Once we're done with the stream, you can chase down any stragglers. You got it? Sure, boss. You sure I can't eat one of them? At least not right now. Anyone who sticks around, but not right now. We want everyone here. She gets surprised. Even she can be surprised. Now's your time to. I need to make some sort of sound for the escape attempt. I keep missing whenever you guys do that. You're just disappearing behind me. Is the hair slimy? Yeah, I'm going to be honest. In the original design, I was going to, add kind of droplets to the tentacles and stuff, but I'm kind of afraid that might end up being a bit too sus for Twitch. So I have to keep it not slimy looking, just very shiny looking. Look, I didn't have sus intentions. It's just how everyone else would perceive it. Oh yeah, we got. I need to activate her talking to be able to show you the mouth open. Just. I wonder how it sounds when we're both talking at the same time. Is it bad though? I mean, I don't want to get bonked by Twitch. I'm very aware of the fact that I have all these tentacles going on, and yeah, Mimi just floats there when the hand tracking is on. But yeah, I'm very aware that the tentacles could be a little sus, despite the fact that I like them enough. I like them so much I want them in the design, but I didn't want to be too sus for Twitch. Felt like I still had to be mindful of that. Did Mimi have any other expression? Oh yeah, we just got uppies. She wants uppies. I want uppies into the ceiling. I want uppies into the ceiling. No, I didn't switch it. She wants uppies into the ceiling. Sure. Hang on, 1 second. Anyway, Mimi wants to be on the ceiling, so she's just gonna scuttle around up there for a little bit. I'm still not sure if I should, because you're very much a different Mimi now. Not quite sure what to do about that. Don't worry, I like being here. Don't worry, I like being on the ceiling. I can see all of you delicious little meals now up here. Cloned. I mean, yeah, we do have many. I mean, we've got like there were like 5 plushy mimics through the exit door. So not going to get rid of the firstborn. We'll see. That or the treasure chest over. There are many treasure chests here. Most of them have teeth. Some of them might not. If you want to take the risk of finding out which ones don't have teeth or not, well, that's on you. Let's see. We're showing Mimi. Showing all the expressions from here. Okay, so I think that leaves. Okay, we'll zoom out a little for this one. Some of them don't have teeth, but some of them do have tongue still. Or got this one with tentacles underneath, and this one has teeth and tongue. This one over here. Am I just not centered? Have I shifted too far to the side? Having some X movement. I didn't put as much up down movement as some models do. The left, I put a lot of left right movement for position. I can kind of shift. I have this habit of shifting while I'm talking. Anyway, let me get the threatening monster eyes off. There we go. And coin bugs on the ground. Actually, the coins are real. We keep having adventurers coming in here, and they just, you know, they have gold on them. It drops on the floor. I don't know where to put it. Hell, they leave these. They have these rare items and stuff, and it's just sort of like, where do you put it? It's just a mess. Might as well just leave them out. Maybe some other adventurers will want them into another plane of existence. What am I doing now? Also know that Tummy does not ramble. How do you attempt to open the chest? Usually you put your hands under the lid, and either it will bite or it won't. I have to be very careful to specify lid. I get the feeling some of you would get other ideas. Anyway, I've been trying to a little further away. Like I said, this mouth around the hip, it goes around the back, which lets us do this. Would legit eat the coins and gems you have. They are not candy or chocolate. You'll have a hard time with that. So many toggles. Yes. Like I said, this model was half me learning how to make a live 2D model. So I put so many things in this to the point that I actually get a little confused with how many things there are. That's the 5th tongue now. Yes. There are 5 tongues, 3 mouths, 2 sets of eyes.
Hello there.
A lot of tentacles. Also, hello there, I am Praetor. Let's see. Oh yes. Yes, I was going to show some of the other hand expressions, because do I have ones that toggle? I had a few that toggled. Which ones did I have? Obviously, we've got the wave when I have my hands open. I think some of them just might be manual toggles. Oh yeah, we have this one. Let me bring it a bit closer and see. Little fan. Now this one is the Toho inspiration. There are many of my favourite characters are ones which have fans, and we can do this. Yukari ass, exactly. I didn't enjoy cosplaying her just to not add it as something to my model. Also, thank you for the resub. I am Praetor. It is very much appreciated, as are all the other subs and gift subs everyone's been giving today. Just thank you. Gets me all embarrassed. You're doing too much. You're too sweet. Let's see, we have a few other arm toggles as well to show. These ones are just ones I have to do manually. Got the arms crossed, which if we combine with more sass, exactly. Just extra sort of like, you're disappointing me. You're not disappointing me today. Actually very appreciative of what you've been doing today. But yes, we have a lot of sass prepared. Must be running out of keys to sit as hotkeys. Well, that's the trick. I bought a Steam Deck specifically for this. So 15 buttons, folders. Yeah, it's just I don't think I would not be able to do this with just a keyboard. I needed a Stream Deck for this, so I saved up for it ahead of time to make sure I had it for when I finally had the model. Oh yeah, we have this. Fair enough. Yeah, we have this, which yeah, well we do a lot of gaming around here. Look at this. Look at this. Doesn't react to everything, but it reacts to the ones you can see. And again, another experiment to see how I can make it work. So you can see my kind of inputs while I'm playing. Another one of those little things. Yeah, I've tried out so many different things. Also, just got it nicely so when both hands go, the controller also goes. It doesn't float like Mimi. It also means we can just do little one-handed expressions like this. And we have this for if ever the question comes up of what do I use these tentacles for? And if any of you and I'm sure some of you might be having certain ideas, but let me show you what they're for. I can hold them. I can hold things with them. They're for holding things and nothing else. They're for holding my water and nothing else. Understand? if anyone comes around asking, can they hold you? I've misjudged this excuse. But also, water physics. Again, this was just a little thing to practice, but it shows every little thing I can do. Also, one other thing with the controller. The controller itself is another mimic. Could I hold you in the overlay? It's crazy how much I learned to do with this model. Yeah, I just wanted to learn so many things. Okay, not entirely sure how to hold chat with this. Just at this point, the back tongue is just lick, lick chat. But yeah, don't stand too close to behind me, otherwise you'll get licked. Honestly, admitting jealous of my work course down, which is being very down bad. Not that I particularly mind, but okay, I can't remember which side this one does. But hang on, let me just calm down there. Calm down. Everyone who chats gets free head pats. It's part of the fun of VTubing. You're basically just playing with a little puppet. You need a swatting animation. Head pat for Mimi as well. Head pat for Taserfish. Which is already groveling at Mimic's 1 level 2. She can't get any more down. Yes. And where are you going? You for trying to escape. But yeah, the arms on hips. They can be on either both sides or separate sides. That's a little bit of casual lean sass. Oh yeah. And since I can also adjust the position of the hands for the head pat, we can also do this. When you don't want to draw a hand. I've gotten over my fear of drawing hands a while ago. It's feet I have trouble with. That's why I only drew one. Yeah, just a little nervous. Just hands behind back. Just a little nervous. First the MGS alert, then the escape. Then yeah, you tried getting out. Then driving now you can type the model is so good. Thank you. Right, yes. Yeah, there's two things I left on the first page, so that I can have them as quick choices. Can I just get the arms back behind the back? So yeah, we have. There we go. We're gonna have to do a ponder. When you're just pondering, when you come across a particularly tough puzzle, and you just got to ponder it for a bit, and then we have something for when something absolutely shocking happens. The toggles never end. We are very near the end of the toggles. Yeah, absolutely shocking. To be fair, I had the same thing when I made my Vroid model. There's just an amount of toggles. Yes, look, like I said, it's practice. Every different thing was practice. Of course, now I'm like just sort of like how many Have I shown everything? Okay, there is still one more thing to show. But apparently I really need the toilet. Drinking all this stuff to stay hydrated. But that's an excuse to show you guys to another part of the dungeon. I'll just be a minute, but we have a proper toilet break screen now after this long. Okay, I'll refill my water as well while I'm gone, so I'll be a minute. We're back. But yes, maybe we need to install more toilets into the dungeon. We have people lining up for it. Had to leave Mimi outside. But the opportunity to go back to her throne for a second. Also thank you for being proud of me. I've never done it for VTube Studio yet. It's supposed to have a multiplayer function that's been up to doing 6 people now. Hang on, this is a good opportunity to show you something else I tried learning. Admittedly, don't try and head pat me during this, because I may have done things incorrectly in the head pat, and I did not realize animations overwrite each other. So the head pat animation will have to actually cause this bit to cancel out. But this does not actually work that. This does not work that well. I need to make a background that scrolls along or something better, because there is no smooth way for me to do this. Because even though I made it as long as I could, if I just, it moves too fast. It moves too fast, my plans. But if there was a way I could make this zoom in smoothly, it's just sort of like just approach you with a walking towards you. Do it from here again. It's a better angle. I wonder if there is a smoother way to do this. As far as I know, it's just using the mouse scroll wheel to walk towards you. Oh, it ended. Yeah, after all applying all this stuff, I learned things like, I should have made it on the idle animation and made it with different. The thing is, this current animation overrides a few tracking things. If I put it on the idle animation, it wouldn't override them. So I'd need to make separate deformers, which just feels like it's potentially making a mess. Still, it kind of works. This whole walk towards you. Maybe at some point I'll make some kind of 3D render that I can just have scroll along me, just a whole stream of me just walking towards you. Am I approaching you? I can't bite you if I don't.
She's been so busy with it that she hasn't even thrown me today.
I can't. I threw version 2 of you earlier. I can't throw you. Well, actually, hang on. Since you're an actual separate item, it does mean I can just grab you. And then just... Okay, that's the hand tracking going off, but so you've been thrown. You happy now, Mimi? I'm closer to strangle. No, just coming closer to bite you. With which mouth depends on how bad it will be. There are 4 choices. Is it going to be the shoulder mouth? Is it going? Which? Actually, I think all the mouths will hurt. It's like shoulder mouth will take off a hand. Face mouth will just pierce the skin with these long fangs. Back mouth will probably just take off the entire arm, and then hood mouth will just. I hope you didn't need that torso. Might actually be all the toggles. Oh, hello. Boss, didn't you create a load of slides to show everyone? Yes, I did have. I did have a load of slides I was going to show, but this is showing off the model took longer than I was expecting. There's a lot to it. You might need to learn regeneration magic. Yeah. I mean, so, like I said, I'm not going to eat you because I want you to be here so that you can see me play games and show off and all that other stuff. Like I brought you here to see my mimic form, my new form. And it'd be a waste if I eat you and you don't go out to tell other people about it. Because I want to get to the slides. Because part of the deep. Because I never really thought I was going to do a debut until I made this. Until I made this whole thing, and it kind of made me realize it's sort of like a debut isn't just showing off the model. It's also, especially after having done this many changes, it's basically a formal introduction. And that's why I have slides to go over myself, what I'm doing, and what I'm going to be doing in the future. At the timing we've done, it would probably be best to do it after the break, because I still have to have the short break for me to get my medication. So it wouldn't hurt to do it a little early. I think we've actually gone through all the toggles I had. All right, maybe you just go crawl on the floor a little bit. I don't think I've actually introduced you to the. I guess this is the whole gamer pad, as well. I don't think I introduced the whole background we have here, because you guys went through a dark, dank dungeon to get here, but now we have my big old throw room with so many games that I still have yet to play stored here, some which I've already been playing down here, and obviously this computer setup on my throne. We like to play a lot of games here. That is the main thing I do. Although I do want to try just doing more chatting and chatting and just more playing about with the model now that I have it. RGB throne. It's just R with a little bit of G. The B is behind it. Also, I might as well draw. Also, I haven't been drawing attention to it, but just sort of like animated water. I've always liked the idea of having water features in real life. But obviously, you can't have it. So I like the idea of just having my own little water feature going through my own dungeon like this, along with a little fish here. It's not quite a fish, but you're amazed I did all of this by myself. It's basically the experience I have of, because I was part of a kind of game dev thingy for the last 9 years. I've kind of got a lot of practice doing a lot of things, but just when I have a vision of what I want to make, I find it easier. It's just that, and I've been sick this whole. Just sort of, I don't know. I probably could have actually gotten someone else to do this for me as well, but just chronic do everything myself-itis, I guess, which is probably not actually a good thing. The inability to delegate. I think that's everything for the model. So we'll take a short break, which is an excuse to show you guys the new Be Right Back screen as well, because we have new screens for everything. And then after that, I'll go to the slides. After that, we'll go to the slides for introducing myself to everyone. Also, I think my voice just needs a 5-minute break or something. So let's switch it over. You can see the controller as a mimic more obviously now. And I'll see you guys in about 5 or so minutes. I'm going to get myself a cup of tea as well while doing this. So back in 5. Just because I swear that the moment I moved away and sort of like the being focused on stream. Yes, it is me. The tiny bunny is the first live 2D item You've revealed me. Yeah, the tiny bunny is the first live 2D thing I made. Took me a week to make her, but she sort of like I got used to live 2D with her, and then I spent over half a year making this one.
I swear I knew nothing about this. Probably.
Everyone likes the tiny bunny. That's why we have two. We have two tiny bunnies. One with tentacle ears, one without. Yeah, but like I was saying, so the moment I stepped away from the computer, and I wasn't like in the moment of this stream showing everything off, my body was just sort of like, you have been standing up for 2 hours. You need to stop. So we are now sitting down. It's amazing what a little bit of nervousness and a lot of excitement can do to make you not realize you're getting tired. My legs are going to regret this tomorrow. But the standing up felt necessary for talking properly. Well, maybe not talking properly, but just talking with... It is just easier to talk while standing up. I think everyone can agree on that. But yes, we've been at this for 2 hours, and I've not introduced myself yet. I had to go through the 500 toggles first. Indeed, I put so many toggles on here. I had to show them. It would be remiss of me not to show them. Okay. Crafted Hunter, I haven't even started introducing myself yet, and you're already giving 5 gift subs again. Was that? Thank you, Ren, for the 5 more subs. Jesus Christ, you all are spoiling me today. Thank you. makes it feel very appreciative. Is that the right? The overwhelming websites have begun. It's all, yeah, we got to the hype chain level 3 earlier. It's just sort of, yeah, feeling very, 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 very appreciated after all the. I'm just afraid of saying it sort of like I deserve all this after spending so long making this model, and that's not what I'm trying to say. But just sort of just makes me feel good after putting all this effort into the model, and everyone likes it. So thank you. God, I'm trying to teach myself to breathe through my nose, so I don't have that whole breathing in sound, but if you wince it, you will. I deserve it. Thanks. I have cooked. Thank you. Yeah, let's get on with the overdue introduction. The first bit is the bit where I've forgotten. Oh yes, my birthday. I don't know when my birthday is. I've spent so long in the dungeon. I don't know when my days are. When my first day was. I know I have a rough idea of when my first day of creation was. That's the Twitch anniversary. But admittedly, on a real life note as well, it's just sort of like I'm keeping the birthday to myself. My real first name has already gotten out there, so it's just sort of like let's keep some things a little secret. As for age, again going along with the birthday, not entirely sure. But since I started making my forms, I have calculated that I am about in my mid-30s. So you know, a little older than a fair few YouTubers. Old lady gang, let's go. The age of 30 is in demand, as they say. 30 isn't even that old. Like 20 is the years of 20 is the years of figuring things out after. Oh, I missed that message. Making you my own model is extremely impressive, and you commend me. Thank you. Also, special occasions need feature special treatment, especially the host is such a lovely lady. You guys. I swear the stream deck slides on the floor. Slides on the third desk. I need to actually secure it so it actually presses the buttons. 30 years young, exactly. Sort of like I'm not even halfway through life yet. To get on a little bit of a personal note, my 20s were absolutely terrible with my chronic condition, and we've only just recently found medication that makes it better. So I'm just sort of like, I'm hoping the next 10 years will be a lot better, a lot more fun. I can do a lot more of what I want to do. Yes, mid 30s, and the age of 30 is in demand. Not that I have anything against any of the younger VTubers. It's sort of, I know what it's like to be in your 20s and be worried that your 30s are coming up and you haven't accomplished anything. Because believe me, I did not feel like I accomplished much during my 20s. So sort of like, I get the anxiety. But sort of like once you hit 30, you kind of learn to appreciate it better. You're happy to hear that I'm thriving? Yes, it's just people don't realise their big corporations are much older than they realise too. Oh yeah. People get better at this stuff with experience. The older you get, the better you get it. The better you get at it. So it's sort of like you kind of want older people because it means they'll be better at the job. And if she's nostalgic about Sailor Moon, she's probably in her 30s. I did watch Sailor Moon as a kid. It's one of those things which I watched as a kid. Everyone told me I shouldn't watch it because boys shouldn't watch Sailor Moon. It just sort of like, and my egg didn't crack until I was in my 20s. My egg didn't crack until I was in my 20s, but I was doing things like watching Sailor Moon back when I was like very young. I forget the exact age. Yes, back to introductions. My height. Obviously, as a shapeshifter, it can be anything. But in general, I like being 5'11". A little bit taller. Not too tall. I'm tall for my area, but short for other areas as well. Languages, unfortunately, I only know English. I've tried studying other languages, but I'm very much if I'm not actually actively doing it, like if I was talking to someone in a different language, I can't. I don't retain the information. Obviously, for obvious reasons, I've tried learning Japanese. It never stuck. I also want to learn sign language at some points, but obviously I can't really use that with my model. So it can be anything you want, and you chose to be short. I chose to be medium. It's something I tend to do. So like, I play Final Fantasy 14. And I chose the Elezen, the tall race. And then I made the shortest Elezen I could. So I'm the shortest tall person I know. And names, everyone seems to have already figured it out. But yeah, you can call me Mimic, or Mismatched, or just anything from my name. Or Miss Mimic, given, Mismatched, and Mimic. Just take the miss off Mismatched and you can just make Miss Mimic. Or as Mimi's been calling me, boss. I am the boss of this dungeon. So boss is an acceptable term of address. My name is not Mimi. The name of this little guy is Mimi. I know on Twitter I used to have it as Mimi, but I kind of didn't change it because I heard it makes you go through a authentication process. So I kind of had it left as Mimi. Mimi was originally going to be my name. But yeah, there was a process where Mimi was my original name, but it felt too cute. So I ended up giving it to this little guy here. And this one is sort of, we'll just put these away. Yeah, and I know some VTubers have like Oshi marks and hashtags and stuff, but honestly, I don't actually know what people use Oshi marks for. And I wouldn't know which one would be mine either. And as a hashtags, just sort of like, just at me. It's the quickest way for me to know. If by some chance I become big enough that I do need hashtags, then I'll make them. But right now you can just at me. The social, I have like Blue Sky, Twitter, Tumblr in the about section. So you can find me there and at anything you want to make. Likes and dislikes. Do I remember what I put in here? Yes, games, of course. Yes, obviously, I like games. And I like creating. As can be shown by how I made my own model. And my own backgrounds. And animations. I even made the emotes. And I also like showing off. Which is a bit contradictory with how nervous I get. It's sort of like I like showing. There's been a lot of times where I've played games, something cool has happened, and I wished I was streaming. That's why I've been consistently streaming, because it's sort of like, cool, something cool happened, I wanted to show it to people, and so that's the main reason why I've been streaming. And now I also have to sort of like, I've made this model, I want to show it off. At least that's why I started streaming. That's why I invited you all to my dungeon, because I wanted to show off. That's why I'm going to let you leave here alive. It's why I'm going to keep Mimi from eating you. But yeah, I do have the strange thing of I like making things, I like showing off, but I get nervous about showing off. So it's a weird thing of I like doing this, but I get scared doing it at the same time. Also, being healthy, that's related to what I said earlier about my health. It's just sort of like it's actually such a new thing for me to feel consistently healthy. Now that I've got my new medication, and I am enjoying it so much, and I'm hoping I can keep the healthiness going as well. I suppose it's also a statement of why I keep to 3 to 4 hour streams, because I'm going to keep from overworking myself. It also means I'm never going to do any streams where I hurt myself. You still have a Mimi deterrent, so you're safe. Ready's the boot. Alright. Mimi, you want to go see how prepared Corrupt Hunter's boot is? No, go attack from above. You're gonna have a hard time reaching with the boot from up there. But yeah, and the last 3, which might be obvious from, it's like, obviously I like plushies, which as you see in the throne room, you see there's at least 2 plushies lying around here. There's and we have the Mimi in the corner, and the Mimi that I hold, the one that is currently trying to eat corrupted. You never said you're wearing it. But now you've thrown it. Mimi wasn't the only mimic here, and obviously since like all of those plushies I pointed out are bunnies, I obviously have a thing for bunnies. Rabbits and snakes are some of my favorite things. Rabbits from How I Like Characters. Rabbits is probably related to... No, well, it's not related to How I Like Characters of long ears. That's a separate thing. That's probably elf appreciation. Boot to the head, yes. Yeah, but for elf appreciation. Raisin, yes, I do like Raisin. Raisin, Yukari. Basically, I like bunnies and older women. Is that what we're getting from this? Bugs Bunny fits all those circles. Listen, you're wrong, but I guess there have been occasions that you're not wrong. But they're definitely not on my list. Mimi is the most bothersome. And as for dislikes, don't you go for thinking. I am not thirsty for Bugs Bunny. I do like bunny girls, but not Bugs Bunny. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe I don't. Although I am aware that occasionally there are versions of Bugs Bunny that defy the gender norms. In which case we might have to talk, but let's not talk too much about it. Anyway, onto the dislikes list, which is thankfully shorter. Obviously, we have bugs. The simple thing. I just really hate bugs. Don't bring a bug near me. It's also based on size and speed. The bigger the bug and the faster the bug, the more scared I am of it. Not on camera, you understand? You can shut it. Getting real tired of your shit. but yeah, bugs. Don't like him. It's not even based on their threat. Does that include Bugs Bunny? Yes. Yeah. Well, let's go with that. I'm scared of Bugs Bunny. To be fair, if you've ever seen that webcomic, which has loads of cartoon characters having superpowers, Bugs Bunny is a terrifying person. In that. But yeah, it's not even based on their threat level, because some like you'd think I'd be scared of bugs with stingers and bugs that bite and stuff, but no, I am more scared of a dragonfly than I am of a wasp. I mean, I'm very scared of a wasp, but a dragonfly is bigger and faster, which makes me even more scared than a wasp. Like I can run away from a wasp more or less, but a dragonfly, if it wanted to catch me, it could. It wouldn't want to catch me, but it could. And so also, like, you know, small spiders, fine. Big spiders, but at the same time it can't fly, so I might still get it with the glass. But I'd still be very scared while I'm doing it. And the second one, getting angry. I know there's a lot of streamers out there who are sort of like, they get angry, they scream, they've not dragonflies. Look, I appreciate that my fear is irrational, and I will not harm the bugs for the most part. Things like wasps that get in my house, I'm just sort of like, I can't deal with that with myself. I'd need someone else to take care of it. So I'm sorry to say they don't last long, but for the most part, especially when I'm outside, I am mindful of the fact that bugs are just doing their thing, and that I'm the one with the problem. So I do not hurt them. I just dislike them. I keep my distance, just to make sure we're clear on that. I am not one of those thankful the bugs are dying people. But yeah, I know there's a lot of it's sort of like a common thing for just streamers getting angry, being loud, clippable moments and all that. It's not my thing. My thing is not really getting all that angry. So the angry toggles might not actually be used that much in that effect. But yeah, I suppose that's a rather short point. Just sort of like, just don't expect. You have ignored my anger. You're the one who screams. Yeah, you're screaming for two people. Moving on. Now we have programming, which, considering all the art I've done, you're probably wondering, why is programming here? And that's the thing. For the last 9 years, I've been a programmer. I've wanted to do art, but I ended up getting in a career in programming, which gives me a high technical skill level, and I'm kind of used to combining programs and getting loads of things running. But after 9 years of doing it, I just realized I don't like programming. I don't do it for fun. I can do it when it's necessary, but I will never do it by choice. And so it's sort of like, but at the same time, it feels remiss to not mention programming because it's been a big part of my life for the last 9 years. It's like, I know how to do it, I just don't like doing it. It's a little too complicated for me. We kind of learned while I was in my previous job that at a certain level of complexity, I just can't understand. And so this entire VTubing, making this model thing, it's kind of part of a whole job change, which you know, another thing for the 20-year-olds out there. You're allowed to switch your current job if you find out the first one's not working out. And finally, restrictive diet. The longer I've been going on, the more I've wanted to try new foods. But going along with the health, my various conditions mean I just don't get to eat. I don't get much choice in what to eat. I would like to go out, but I have to stay gluten-free, milk-free, and low-fat, and it's just sort of I can't try different foods, or at least I stick to the same safe foods. It's just risky to try new things, which also means no streams where I eat things that might be bad for me, because they might be worse for me than the person with a functioning digestive system. Mimi's digestive system is absolutely fine though, so you know, watch out about that. I think we spent long enough on the dislikes though. I don't really want to be negative, but it's sort of like it feels appropriate. It feels like when you're doing one of these introductions, you kind of have to show a little bit of the likes and dislikes. All right, here we go. This list could have been so much longer, and it's not even a complete list. I tried shortening it to things that rewired my brain and maybe had some influence on what I do right now. Okay, so first we have games, and right at the top we have Dungeon Keeper, which is a game I've played since my childhood. And as you might guess through the theming of everything I've put in here, was a major inspiration for all my background assets, and even just the boss monster concept once I settled on it. I'd say my dungeon even runs like a Dungeon Keeper for place where I'm actually where I have to make sure to tend to the needs of my monsters so that they stick around, otherwise they'll leave. It's like sassy as Mimi is. She stays because she likes staying here. You don't see a dungeon heart though, disappointing. It's in a different room. Or maybe I am the dungeon heart. I am the heart of the dungeon. I'm the heart of this dungeon. Second of all, we have Dark Souls. The game where I decided I wanted the mimic theming. That's the game where I killed one mimic, got the symbol of avarice, kept that on my head and started doing a playthrough where I didn't kill any of the other mimics. And for some reason, that was the point where I decided mimics were the creatures I liked. So Dark Souls, definitely the one that rewired my brain. We will be playing Dark Souls 3 at some point. Probably next week, actually, now that we finished Armored Core. City of Heroes, very old MMO, to the point that it got deactivated ages ago. But that was my introduction to making my own characters. So that game rewired my brain and gave me the whole making characters, making concepts, making the whole narrative around this character, and all the characters I made for my webcomic as well. Just all that stuff. Guild Wars, very fun series that I stayed with for a long time. But the biggest influence I had was the Asura, these little gremlin things, which probably influenced both Mimi here, my appreciation of teeth, and wiggly ears. Nier, things like Nier and .hack are also just the story games I fit. The story games I fit really fit. Like Nier really got me into the idea of post-human apocalypses or wastelands and stuff. Just areas where, yeah, Nier, .hack, Metal Gear, Final Fantasy, they're all just story games I really like. I'm not really sure how to expand on that. They're just 4 series that I really like. So like post-apocalyptic kind of stuff, or being stuck in MMO kind of stuff, or just Metal Gear, just sneaking around, being stealthy, with the alert sound that I have as a redeem. And Final Fantasy has probably had a lot of effect on me. It's another one of those games I grew up with. Metal Gear and Final Fantasy. Just those series that I grew up with. Started with 8. Never played 7. I never played much of 7. Played a little of 7. But 8 and 10 are my favourites. Which seems sacrilege. Lots of people say 9 and 7 are their favourites, but I'm an 8 and 10 kind of girl. And we go to visual media. I was going to say anime, but I did put a couple of things in here that aren't anime. At the top, I put things like Gundam and Big O. Big O being a I don't know if that's a more obscure one. It's one that's been on my mind constantly because I can never find it to watch. I think it's one of those things that they sold the rights to it. But I need to find a way to watch Big O again. It's been so long since I watched Big O. But those two probably ended up at the top of the list because we've just been playing Armored Core. We literally finished it last Monday. So like I love mechs, like monster girls and mechs. Just all my kind of stuff. And we got Android. This is another reason why I chose the name Mismatched. I like so many different things. It's hard for me to quantify them as in one thing. There should be a monster girl mecha anime. That does actually sound kind of cool. You like the android mate forgot her foot. Oh, Dorothy, yes. Now consider monster mechs. What you mean, like Mechagodzilla? I was watching a Godzilla movie with a friend, and like they'd never seen a Godzilla movie, and I was explaining to them all these different things about, the kaiju and stuff, and I'm just sort of like, wait, am I a Godzilla fan? I know way more about all these kaiju than I would expect for someone who's not a fan of this stuff. Just sort of like, oh, I guess I'm a fan. I'm fine with this. I'm just surprised. Like a centaur girl piloting a quadrupedal mech with a giant pile of hungerlords. That sounds about right. Centaur girls would be very at home in a quadruped. You wasted all your big brain ideas on the day for that. That's a very big brain, though. Flesh cockpit. Why does that remind? For some reason, that reminded me of Knights of Sidonia, where there's a mech which gets taken over by the fleshy enemy in there. That's Sidonia was a cool one. I liked how they used the gravity It actually took account of gravity. We're at minute 35, and I've still got a lot of slides to go. But yes, Star Wars, another childhood thing. Cowboy Bebop, Dragon Ball Z, very childhood stuff. Superhero stuff. That covers so many things. Like obviously I have City of Heroes, the thing that got the thing of me making my own characters as heroes, but I also enjoy like My Hero Academia and DC and Marvel. Like, I'm no loyalist. I like all of it. And if you ask me a question about superheroes, I could probably go on for hours. And then there's also Lord of the Rings, a movie which I've watched so many times that I can't watch it again because I can basically recite it in my mind. So why is this detecting the 2-finger input so much right now? Super Mimic 2. I have not made it so I can glow yellow. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z, very, very, also a big part of my childhood, and it's probably had a lot of effect on things I like. I like making fight scenes and such. I need to draw more fight scenes at some point. Maybe now that I've stopped using all my weekends and stuff for working on this, maybe I'll actually just start drawing for fun on the weekends again. Draw some fight scenes. Yeah, Castlevania. It's in the visual media because it's actually the anime is the only thing I've watched. But after that came out, I watched it so many friggin' times. I've lost count of how many times I've rewatched it. I actually started rewatching it again a couple of days ago. It's just so good. It's like the whole gothic horror, but in a strangely laid back sort of way. With how everyone acts in it. It's just, I don't know. It's just I've not seen anything like that before. It just ticks so many of my boxes that I didn't even know I had until I watched it. And then we have these two, Bochi the Rock and Keep Your Hands Off Isaacon, which two things which I put in my model. We like gothic horror. Yeah, I like gothic horror with sassy protagonists. Like Trevor, Cypher, Alucard. I like it. I would struggle to find the character I dislike. I even like Godbrand in that series. Fucking Godbrand. He's supposed to be a completely dislikable guy, but it's sort of like he wasn't wrong about the problems that were going on. Sort of, yeah, and Bochi the Rock, because Bochi is just literally me. Fail goes supremacy. Yeah, Bochi is me. Kita is who I'd like to be. Yeah, but Bochi rewired my brain because it's like it actually kind of ended up teaching me the whole concept of just sort of like, you can be anxious, you can be scared, but you can do it anyway. That's what drives me to do this whole streaming thing. That's what drove me to do this whole streaming thing. Just sort of, yeah. If we go back to before I watched Bochi, just sort of like I always let nervousness get in my way of doing things. But then watching Bochi, to sort of like, it feels. I mean, there's probably a number of other things that went into it, but Bochi feels like something that helped me feel my anxiety and do it anyway. And Keep Your Hands Off Isaac, and it's sort of, I guess that one less rewired my brain and just sort of like connected me back to wanting to draw and animate again. Because I used to do it before I programmed. Before I went into programming, I thought I was going to be an animator. And it's just one of those things it's one of those animes which I rewatched to remind myself of my love of animation. And then music, I'm a little less defined. I don't have particular bands I like. I like game OSTs. Game OSTs and anime OPs. That's a big part of my playlist. Actually, no. The biggest part of my playlist is Toho. People who know me might know how much I'm into Toho, and it's like, but I haven't mentioned it in visual media or games because it's here. My main way of consuming Toho is through its music. 90% of my playlists are Toho music. And as I've shown before, it has had a big effect on... That wasn't supposed to happen. What? Why have you done that again? Okay, there's apparently still some things about VTube Studio I don't understand. But yeah, Yukari is one of my favorite characters, so it stands to reason I added something like this. But yeah, I'm also fond of rock, and more recently jazz. Again, learned through Toho. Webcam tracking can be wonk sometimes. That's just the thing. That's an expression. I just turn that on with a button. I don't know. It shouldn't be doing that. It shouldn't. The hand and webcam tracking shouldn't be affecting that thing. It shouldn't be affecting the fan at all. So Eurobeat is fun, and heavy metal. I don't have as much heavy metal in, but sometimes I find heavy metal that just absolutely hits, and I will listen to it all the time. Usually stuff Iron Praetor has sent me, which actually I maybe should have said this earlier, but you may have noticed that Iron Praetor is my mod, and also seems to be talking like they've been aware of what I've been doing with my model, saying I'm very busy and stuff. It's like they are the person who I basically who I put my ideas by, and send what I've been making for general opinions pretty much every day. So I can say they've definitely been a help in me getting this, and I will say right now, so thank you, Iron Praetor, for helping me get through this. You may not have been actually making anything, but you've been a good person. You've been a good friend to put my ideas by, and just be someone for me to show everything to and talk to while doing this, which has been a help. Thank you. Don't be so surprised. Also, jazz is absolutely people sleep on jazz. They really just jazz is relaxing. So maybe I do sleep on jazz, but only because I find it relaxing. Also, electro swing. I haven't found many examples of electro swing I like, but the examples I do find, big bop. I can't head bop. Webcam tracking is a little funky with up and down, I guess. Ah yeah, skills and hobbies. I'm going through this as a sort of skills and hobbies. This will be basically giving you an idea of what I can do and what to expect from me, from streams, or at least what I might bring to streams. Although, to be honest, I guess most of it's actually kind of obvious, given what I've been doing so far. Because obviously, skills, drawing. I drew this entire model, the backgrounds, my emotes, did all that myself. I'm still getting used to my confidence in drawing still needs work. I'm getting better at drawing quickly. I stopped drawing my webcomic. You would like to ask for an example of metal that I like. I'm not sure. I wouldn't really be allowed to share it on stream. I'm bad at remembering which music I have. I basically have just a big messy playlist which has everything in it. I load it up, hit random, and let whatever plays. Yeah, most of the heavy metal songs I end up liking are sent to me by someone else. So it's my heavy metal songs are usually curated through other people. I don't find them on my own. Moving on. Yes, most of these skills have already been on display throughout the stream, obviously. Drawing, animating. Okay, I'm really going to have to experiment with what's going on with this fan. Did I accidentally leave a toggle on or something that controls the open and have it to this triggered to this hand? I feel like I probably did. Yeah, but yeah, fan. Are you an unauthorized mimic? I don't remember bringing you in. You're just supposed to be a regular fan. If you're a mimic, you're supposed to tell me. You know, we're a dungeon of mimics. You're not supposed to hide from your fellow mimics. But yeah, animating is something I find fun to do. It's something I've always wanted to do.
She told me not to tell you.
Oh wait, I can't actually. I let go. I can't grab her when she's off screen. That's what you get for not. That's what you get for keeping secrets in my dungeon. Okay, I'm gonna have to actually reload her to bring her back, I think. But yeah, drawing, animating. I always wanted to be an animator. I wanted to do 3D animating. I tried learning 3D modeling, but 3D modeling was just too hard, especially the rigging. But I like the idea of 3D animating, but I always wanted to animate my own characters. which meant I needed to learn to make my own models as well, instead of just animating existing characters, which would have been the faster way to learn. So that never actually panned out, but I did still learn a lot of animating, and I never did too much 2D animation because I was a slow artist, but I'm getting faster. The faster I get, the more I can make in animations. Comics feels like a nice middle ground, but also making these live 2D models is a nice middle ground of animating, because I get to focus on the art of movement, but it being controlled by parameters and all that stuff. And this may only be my first model, but I have enjoyed live 2D rigging a lot, and I want to do more of it. So expect more of it from me. Also writing. I've been a long time role player. I've tried writing my own comic. I don't think it even went that bad. Well, comic and visual novel. And I don't think it even went that bad. People seem to like it. So yeah, and obviously I did a bit of writing for that intro I did, which I would give you another demonstration, but my voice is very hoarse. You need to get back into writing. Yeah, the good old days of role playing and writing. I still do a lot of thinking, just not much actual writing. I still like imagining situations for my characters. maybe we should start talking about our characters again. But also, strangely enough, this VTubing thing also feels like a roleplay outlet, because we're playing characters. So I'm out here playing a little bit of a mimic. Yeah, I'm basically playing a character as a VTuber. So it's like, why not lean into the fact that I've done some role playing and sort of do little narratives like that little thing I did at the beginning for. Improv's not exactly my skill. Whenever I did do role playing, it would always be, I would take hours to days to reply to when I did it with other people. So I'm not exactly a quick improv type person, which I do need for VTubing and is a skill I will try learning. And obviously we have coding there, which, as I said before, I would be remiss not to say that I have skill in it. I didn't spend 9 years coding to not say I didn't have skill in it. I just didn't like doing it. Past the level of complexity, I don't like doing it. However, what I did learn has made me very proficient in, learning the technologies around VTubing. It lets me do it opens me up to doing some creative stuff, especially now that I found a bot which I can make do stuff. But it also just makes me familiar with using various programs. RP outlet, I mean, why not? Yeah, and learning, this is the stuff which I want to learn, but stuff that I haven't really done in the past. And obviously we have video editing. I want to make videos for YouTube at some point. And then we have acting, as I was saying before. I want to get better at improv and just acting my character, along with acting Mimi's character. Acting two characters at the same time is a bit difficult. Sometimes I wonder if I can hook up the hand tracking to other models and basically puppeteer them. So I'd lose the ability to move my hands, but I would control 3 characters using my hands and my face. Fun idea, but maybe a bit. Having played 2 characters once in D&D before can confirm it hard. Yeah. And obviously, there's using my voice, which is something I've been learning all through streaming. I've only recently learned just how to get it into the higher register, which, now that I'm talking about it, I've realised I accidentally let it go a little lower. But every day I feel like I'm learning a bit more about how to use my voice. I never really talked much before I streamed. So now having been streaming, I've been enjoying using my voice, and it encourages me to learn how to use it better. Which, considering streaming is all about audio and voice, I mean, I like that I can, act out with the model now. And let's see. Okay, we have the hobbies. So obviously, hobby, playing games. I am streaming in the evening. So you are basically here joining me for my hobbies. And I hope we can all have. You do like to hear my voice. You're making me blush. I don't think that highly of my voice, but then whoever thinks that highly of their own voice. So yeah, and I also like drawing my OCs. Just like whenever I draw something, it's always going to be my original characters. I'm very bad at doing fan art. Sometimes I'll draw other people's stuff because I know they'll like it. But I'm very bad and don't actually do much in the way of fan art of things just because I want to. Although there is one thing I want to do fan art at some point. We'll see if I get to that. I want to do Armored Core fan art to try and draw some mechs. I don't have any mech original characters yet. I suppose it can be rectified, yes. But yeah, continuing on the list, going on walks. That's just part of keeping myself healthy. I go on a walk every day. It's helped me keep in shape over the last year or so. Having a very sit at the desk for the last 10 years made my bones hurt a lot, and I've started enjoying going on walks. Also, cooking up stories too big for me to make myself. I'm Praetor is the most familiar with this one because, like I said, I tell him everything, but I have my original characters. I have stories for them. The stories are so big that I would struggle to make them myself, and yet I will continue imagining them regardless. I will continue cooking them up, even if I never make them. It's fun making large stories. I would like to tell them sometime. It's all I never even finished the story I made into a comic, and that was supposed to be the precursor to an even bigger story. She will. There's no stopping it. Yeah, exactly, and that's to say nothing of the other stuff. This is no water. It was a clear slime with low viscosity, and it was not willing to let you drink it. You know, I'm not going to go there. I could be horny about slime monsters in my dungeon, but I'll leave it at that. and okay, last thing, Warhammer models. I have so many of them lying around here. At some point, I want to start painting them again. Everyone understands. Everyone understands where I'm going with that. We have our first use of the concerned. Very appropriate. First use of the concerned. Nice. That's exactly the kind of thing that reaction was made for. Warhammer models. At some point I want to start painting models again. And honestly start collecting them again. Although I have a lot of unpainted models from my previous exploits. I also recently had a thing of magnetizing models, although that definitely wouldn't be something I want to do on stream. I wouldn't want to put the magnets anywhere near the computer. I don't know, maybe at some point I'll do streams of... I know some people do model painting streams, so maybe at some point I'll do that. I'm not sure. Definitely make my desk messy. I haven't painted models for like 10 years or so. I still have the models lying about. The magnets aren't that powerful. They aren't, but I don't want to lose them around all these electronics. I don't know. I'm very precious about my electronics. I do not want to accidentally destroy them. Okay, so I think there's one last set of... Oh yes, we're at the plans. There was one other thing I meant to show you guys, which maybe I'll show you after the plans. My plans, which includes stream plans and out of stream plans. Obviously, regular gaming streams. I've already been doing that. I'm just going to keep doing it. I want to keep doing it. I've been having fun doing it. It's been one of the things that inspired me to do, well, make this model, do these debuts, and I just like hanging around with you guys. Like, I like playing games for your entertainment and with you around. It's fun. I like entertaining when I can. I hope I can do more of it. I hope I can get better at it. Art and rigging streams. Obviously, I like to draw, and obviously I don't have to keep this stuff. I'm not keeping this to myself now that I've got this debut going. So honestly, I might occasionally do streams where I show me rigging or drawing things. I'm not sure what I'll draw, or I can think of some upgrades to this model I might rig. But then, and also some more just chatting. Like, this is the first entire stream of just chatting, but sort of it feels like now that I have this model, to act with, like physically act with, I feel more confident actually doing just chatting kind of streams. Even just for a short bit, drawing.
I swear if you don't give me laser eyes.
You're not getting laser eyes. Actually, wait, I did base your animation off Neko Arc, and Neko Arc does have laser eyes. It wasn't on the cards though. I don't trust you with laser eyes. I don't trust Neko Arc of laser eyes, but then I don't get a choice in what she gets. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not trusting you with laser eyes. You either. In fact, you're not actually getting any upgrades. Sorry. You were my practice model, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be making any more of you specifically. This one might get upgrades. I might make more emotes. But yeah, the upgrades I'm mostly thinking of are going to be for this model, and maybe for a new text-to-speech model as well. But yeah, as I've been getting used to using my voice, and now that I have something to physically act with, I might be doing a little bit more just chatting, instead of just jumping straight into the games. I think this next part might be the important part. No, it isn't. Videos on YouTube. I'm going to put videos on YouTube. This isn't the important part. I forgot the order of things. Yes, I'm going to try and make more videos for YouTube and stuff. You know, just get the word out there. Try and spread the influence of my dungeon. Get the word out there so that people know of my dungeon. Get more visitors. All that good stuff. That's more of just a side marketing thing. Not the most important thing. The most important thing is this one. Live 2D or art commissions. Basically, I intend to actually make live 2D stuff for other people. I want to become a VTuber parent. I want either doing the art or the rigging or both. Whichever anyone wants. And in fact, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be setting up a little website and a little form for that. I don't know, like I know a lot of the people here already have their models, so like I'm not trying to sell to you guys. But like if you know anyone who wants a model, let them know. Or you know, if you want help like editing your model or anything like it. That was another reason why I was making this model and practice stuff. It's just sort of like, because just to be a little personal for a second, just sort of like, I haven't actually had a job for the last year and a half because I got made redundant at my job, and then I got too sick to work, and now I'm like, my main goal, like streaming is the side thing. It's the thing I do in the evening. I stream when I was going to play games anyway. It's fun, but I want to make my main money maker models, making models for people. And so I hope this model here ends up being a good example. Like this hasn't been one long sales pitch. Like this is my model. This is the model I'm going to keep using. I just want to make more models for more people. And I hope some people will like that. But like I said, I'm setting up the website and a payment for and a form for asking for submissions. But at the same time, if anyone wants, you know, I'm also not opposed to just being contacted directly if anyone wants. That's, you know, don't be shy. Well, if anyone wants anything, you can just tell them to contact me directly through the social medias. I think I even have a work email on the YouTube. I should probably put it down below. That's the final slide. There was just one last thing I wanted to show you guys that I was intended to show earlier, but I kind of forgot. I've kind of just been winging it, like I said after the script. Where did I put it? Here we go. Maybe a bit smaller. Because I mostly wanted to go down a timeline of design. Like this is definitely something I meant to do earlier, but just sort of like the timeline design. So like we had my initial design, my Vroid thing, just normal human, just me but anime, and then we have the one. Then you have the one you've all been seeing for the last while. The first version of Mimic Me. I finally gained the ability to stand up for myself. brings you back. I was only using it just 2 days ago. Or do you mean this one? I'm still proud of how this one came out. It took me 2 weeks to make it. With all the colouring and stuff. This one I used all my knowledge of making 3D models. To make it look like that. The Vroid lol. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still proud of how this came in. And sort of, like, you might notice I like using the same flat shading that I used for this Vroid. So sort of like some of my sensibilities still come through. As you might notice, the blue moon symbol, what? There you can see the blue moon motif. You can't actually see it because the hand's in front of the neck, but I've included a blue moon on every one of my designs. So you can see this one on my ear here. And then I had one in my hair on this one. And there was one on my choker on this one. Basically, I carry my original characters with me at all times. In some respect in one respect or another. I keep the blue moon with me as a homage to the characters that probably made me as... Well, the reason I even got into all this art and stuff anyway. The rest of this was going through the designs. Because as I mentioned before, early on, I was actually going to reject the Mimic as my theme. Like, for some reason, it started just feeling uncomfortable, like it wasn't me. So I made this little comic of me sort of like taking the Mimic off like it was clothing. And then getting to the idea of the Mimic being a pet. Which, as you might have guessed, as things went on, eventually evolved into Mimi here. Becoming the possessed toy. So I ended up separating myself from the concept of the Mimic. And inventing Mimi instead. Because I still liked the concept of the Mimic, I just started making it as a separate part of myself. At which part I started making, the designs. It's where I started realizing, sort of like early on, I was like, I still wanted to keep the ears. So already I started diverting from the human. And I was going into more elf territory. Even in the beginning of my redesign. And here's about the point where I finalized the Mimi you see here, the one in my hands. And I continued going through these designs. Pointy ear supremacy, yes. Like my first and main original character, my favorite original character, Emma, pointy ears. She started my love of pointy ears. She continues my love of pointy ears. But yeah, then I started going down this sort of magical girl-like outfits, with the shirt being a mimic. So thus the tentacles started coming back. And then we had the seat. So yeah, the shirt being a mimic, the seat, all this stuff. Just trying to make this kind of magical girl who had mimic pets. So that's probably where the concept of making Mimi here, and this entire dungeon full of mimics started coming in. And then, as things went on, we just came to this bit where I just drew a little thing where just sort of like, I think I actually prefer the previous design, along with Mimi going just sort of like, "Are you fucking kidding, boss?" And that's about where your personality started coming in. That's about where your personality started coming in, wasn't it? Yeah, you made me a sassy little character. A little character that could have just called you boss. Because you are still the boss. But I'm also the one that tells you off. Redundant meshy point that you love pointy ears. I'm just gonna start watching Dungeon Meshi tomorrow. I've been putting it off too long. I was also playing about colour schemes. I tried orange, didn't work. Tried green, didn't work. I ended up just constantly going back to the colour scheme I made with this. Because I got it right. I got it right with this one. No sense trying to reinvent the wheel. I got it right. And then this one's more of a peek into how I design it. So like, I made the sketch, rough sketch this one. And then I just went And then I can't escape my origins. Yeah, I ended like I said at the beginning. I started Mimic. I tried rejecting Mimic. I ended up just going stronger into the Mimic, and I enjoy my current Mimic form even more right now. Yeah, and here's where it's sort of like I basically, like, this was the first initial sketch, but then this was when I started figuring out the colors. Basically, I'd already sketched the live 2D model's proportions, and I figured out the colors after sketching it. There is no reference sheet. Partially because I was in too much pain to actually sit up and make a reference sheet. Every time I sat up to draw, it was to draw this model. But yeah, I design by just going straight in. I seem to just have a bit of go straight into it, which might conflict a bit with the selling it thing. I might have to get into actually make. I might have to get into making reference sheets. But the way I made this model was, or I took a few steps back to fully jump into it. Oh yeah. Either way, I've taken the original concept and gone even harder on it, and I'm quite happy about that. I'm quite happy how it's turned out. But yeah, I did kind of also just jump into making the model without a reference sheet. I kind of made it up as I went along. Like, I had an idea of what I wanted. I'd done all these concepts to figure out what I like, but the final thing was just, I make the colors, I make the sketch, and then I make the final art myself. But I make the final art just straight into it, no reference sheets or anything. Partially because I have time. Maybe now that I'm healthier, I can make reference sheets for future models. We'll find out. But yeah, that's the general process. You can tell I don't actually sketch that much. I don't actually draw that much. But when I do, I do enjoy what I make. Anyway, you might be able to tell that my voice is getting very croaky. The water splashed in my eye. I have glasses. How did they go around the glasses and into my eye? I'm getting attacked by my own drinks. Anyway, I can't. Well, this took a lot longer than I thought. I thought it just being a just chatting. I thought this just being a just chatting. This was going to be a lot shorter. Wait, that wasn't the wrong expression. That's too delayed. Okay, escape attempt. Maybe I need to put a delay on the escape attempt so that I can actually have time to react to it when I notice it's been redeemed. That shouldn't be too hard. I have control of the bot. I can put a delay on the bot. So I'll try and get that ready for next time. Yeah, another reason I do just chatting streams more is so that I can use this scene more. But yeah, I thought that with this being a just chatting stream, I'd end up getting through everything about the model and introducing myself a lot quicker. But we've ended up being 3.5 hours. That's surprising. Pleasantly surprised, but a surprise nonetheless. Yeah, I can't really think of an elegant way to finish this, but yeah, I think I've pretty much shown you everything. I hope you all enjoyed seeing what I've been cooking up for the last few months. And I hope you all enjoyed my continued use of it and my attempts to make this into my future thing. Oh, now I'm winding down. The sleepy is actually the sleepy is actually starting to really kick in. That's awesome. Thank you. But yes. Get some rest. Yes. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. But yeah. Yes, thank you all for coming around, and especially thank you for all the subs everyone gave me. And for the hype train and all that. It's just sort of like thank you so much for the positive response. Thank you for the positive response to this. I had a lot of fun making this, and I hope to keep making more in the future, and I hope to keep entertaining the rest of you with streams. Yeah, that's well. I guess it's time to show you the final thing. The end stream page I made. Getting ready to run from me because you're out of throwable boots. Don't worry, I'm going to hold on to her, just like the text says. Thank you all for coming along. I will be streaming again on Thursday, and on Saturday I put my schedules up on the social medias, Tumblr, Twitter, Blue Sky, on Sundays. Hopefully I'll be next week. I haven't quite decided all the games I'm going to start playing, but Dark Souls 3 is definitely on the list. Maybe Metal Gear Rising as well. Hope you have a good rest of your day and or sleep depending on your time zones. And I will see you tomorrow. Nanomachine's with tax evasion. I'm not rich enough to evade taxes. Okay. Bye bye. Thanks for coming around.